Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New Moon Manifesting Ritual. I'm Michelle Powell, and I am your coach for today. I'm so excited to be here. Yay! And we have several ladies joining us live. Jacqueline's laughing at me. And quickly, just to share a little bit about me for those that might not know me or watching the recording, I am a feminine power coach, so I help women claim their feminine power and create a life and a home that supports it. In the past 4 years, I've been a professional organizer and feng shui consultant, and now I'm transitioning into more of a new role that's unknown to the public, which is more coaching and mentoring, focusing on feminine power, spiritual development, lifestyle design, and all that. So this is part of that cosmic construction that I love to talk about, and I'm sure a few of you already know about the moon and how powerful that can be. And we're just going to dive into a few pieces that you may or may not have heard of today in this ritual that I personally do, and I'm so excited to share it with you. And it shouldn't be too long, maybe 30 minutes or a little over, but what you'll need for today will be paper or a journal and a pen. You'll need a candle or incense or sage or something to, ignite the spiritual realm, to call in your spirits. And you will need your checkbook. So go ahead and grab those if you can right now.
Can we also make our own, like on paper?
Yes. So if you don't have a checkbook or access to a checkbook, you can just draw a check.
I have my checks, but I want to save them.
Yeah.
For actual use.
Yeah.
I also brought markers to make them really cool.
Yes, so it's more pretty, right? It's more magical when it's colorful. It excites you more. Okay.
Magic. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle.
Absolutely. I'll just give them a minute, and then we'll talk about the new moon reading. Yay. I'm just soaking in all your energy. Hi, Camilla.
Hello.
Oh, and if you have any background noise, go ahead and mute yourself. Thank you, honey. So, Camilla, we just are grabbing our journal and paper and a pen and candle and checkbook, if you have a checkbook with you. Perfect. And I'm going to wait till the other ladies come back too. Okay, well, we're going to start. I see Kelly's still grabbing hers, but we'll just go ahead and start. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is why the new moon, why the moon in general, right? So as humans, and just so you know, the moon is the closest planet to us, which is why it has so much of an effect and power on us as humans, and especially as us as women, because the moon directly represents all of feminine characteristics. So everything that the moon represents, your emotions, your inner realms, your introspective nature, who you are at your core, that is what the moon represents. And it also represents cycles, right? So that's what we're honoring today, is the cycle of the moon, the start of a new cycle. And us as humans with water bodies, right, that we are prone to a cyclic nature. Is that how you say it? Cyclic nature. But that's why the moon has such an effect on us. So when we honor this new time, this new development of a cycle, with the moon starting anew, and we can use this power to call in what we want as human beings connected to this power source, because we're all one, right? And so the new moon, again, is a sort of a new cycle, and what it does is it's now going to grow in size, it appears to, at least for us humans. And so that's why it's a great time to start something new and set those intentions to manifest, to actually happen. As opposed to when there's the full moon, it begins to wane or grow smaller, and that's the time when we release something and let go of things, right? So there's two kind of cycles that we can use in our life to help us manifest what we desire in our abundance. So right now we're going to work with the growing of the moon, the waxing, and we're going to set the intentions to feel the abundance and manifest the abundance that we desire, whatever that is for you. It could be money, it could be romance, it could be health, any part of life. And so basically what my desire is to share with you today is just a few little things that are really, really basic and simple, and they just help clarify and focus, and to me they're more powerful instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to do this for the next 2 weeks or a month. This is more of a what is the word, like concentrated way to declare and claim your intentions and your goals and your dreams, right? So their schedule today, we're going to first set our intentions, and I will be available if any of you want help with that to specifically make your intentions powerful, if you will, because there are ways to make it not powerful and a little weak. So we want to make it as powerful as it can be. And then we will go into a really short meditation, and you don't have to participate in that, but I guarantee you it's just really quick and short. I think it'll be really beneficial for you. And then we're going into the secret practice that I'm going to be sharing with you for manifestation. And then we will close out ceremony with any questions and kind of going over your caveat. And that caveat for this ritual is that there will be homework. Because you cannot just do something once and expect everything to fall in your lap. So all of what we're going to do today is going to depend on how willing and devoted you are to its manifestation in your actions, thoughts, and words. So with that being said, let's jump into intentions. So you have your pen and paper and journal, and I want you to think about just one for right now, because this is just short ritual, so you can go more in depth later, or after this you can write some more intentions that come to mind. But let's just start with one really big one for right now, and just think of, in the next 2 weeks, in the next month, even in the next year, what do you dream of? What is a really big goal that seems a little far-fetched but still real? What is that one thing that you are truly desiring in your heart that may be missing right now, or you feel like it's not there? What is that one goal or that one dream, that one intention that you desire to experience? And let this be a good one, a big one, not something of a smaller scale. You can do more later. Like I said, you can do a lot of little ones, or you can do 1 or 2 big ones, whatever you desire. But for now, let's just make this really concrete and something that you feel just really a deep desire to experience. And so when you have that, I will request that some of you share this beautiful intention, because you might have heard the phrase, you know, when 2 or more are gathered, there are more power. And also, I know from personal experience, every time I share something out loud, even if it's when I'm alone or with anyone else, it manifests. So when I talk about my business, when I talk about how amazing my life is, or how healthy I am, or how much I love my friends, it all just amplifies. So who would be willing to share your intention, and also who would like some coaching or help with their intention to make it more powerful?
Michelle, I would love a little support around creating a powerful intention. It's something around financial freedom, and So yeah, that's what it's around, but I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know how to say it. It's just to lose that anxiety and worry and concern around my finances.
Okay, great point, because I want to mention, let's set the intention that it's already happened. So the intention wouldn't be, my intention is to be financially free. So you would set the intention, if we're doing broad aspects, you would set the intention of, I am financially free, as it already happened, right? So we want to say it like that. And the other aspect is, when you think of your intention, if it brings about worry and anxiety, we need to narrow it down, right? So what is financially free? What does that mean to you? What does it give you? What is the deeper underlying thing, right, that you are desiring? That was one of the first lessons I learned, by the way, when I started abundance work, is that you don't need money to experience what you need. I got so much free stuff one year. It was kind of amazing.
I love that. Great, thank you. That's very helpful.
So in that case, it could be, you know, I'm experiencing spaciousness in my work and receiving all that I need to pay my bills and enjoy my time. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
So this could be an event. So that made me think of different types of intentions, right? That would be sort of a overall abundance that you're talking about, Mary. And then there's maybe an event that you want to lead. Like, for example, I really want to hold a speaking gig with 2 other speakers in the Bay Area. It's like really one of my biggest dreams. So that would be an example of an event or a situation that I want to specifically say, I have led and hosted this event that pulled in, 20 people and had 2 speakers, and it was amazing. And the other thing of this is that you want to bring in the 5 senses to make it the most real and tangible it can be. So for example, if I'm going along with that intention for me to have this speaking event, I would say I held and hosted a speaking event that had 2 other speakers, including myself, and there was 20 participants who thoroughly enjoyed the event, and it smelled of roses, and we all ate a gorgeous, delicious lunch together, and it was under a beautiful open sky or something like that. So do you see how I'm bringing in that visual and that tangible reality of it? So whatever you can do to bring in those senses to help you describe it, that will make it more powerful. And does anyone else want to share one of their intentions or need help?
Yeah, I've got a question. So I'm writing it, but because there's a lot of, like, I feel it and I see it, I'm describing it, but I feel like a lot of things, like one of my intentions, as you know, for this month is about fluidity. So I'm seeing how things are kind of leading into each other throughout the month. And how I want to experience that throughout the month. And like I've talked about spaciousness and fluidity in this, but is it possible to talk about several things that you desire to happen as they kind of all lead into one another, or is it really like one specific thing?
Can you be a little more specific?
Yeah, so in the next 2 weeks, actually even in the next week, I'm really excited. I've just put together an amazing opt-in offer for people, and I'm so excited to put that out there. And the reason why I want to do that is because I feel like, and you've taught this to me too, is because it's so important to feel like a queen and to help other people feel like they're being taken care of like a queen as well. And then for that to lead into the new virtual training program that I have, because I want more people to also feel that, but I would also like to feel that fluidity and flow of putting that program out there, because I really feel like people need it, and I feel like it would bring me more spaciousness and ease. And then from there to continue moving into the new high-end programs that I have been envisioning in my head, to get it out of my head and onto paper and out there. So it's like this beautiful flow of things to come. So I'm just not sure maybe the best way to phrase it that feels really good.
Yeah, so what I heard was that what you really desire was spaciousness and ease.
Yeah, spaciousness, ease, and the thing that you've also really taught me with the Queen, which is really just standing in your power, which is what I want to be standing in and want others to also be standing for as well, standing in their own power. As an intuitive empowerment coach, I desire that not just for myself but for others. So
Yes.
yeah, so spaciousness, ease, and standing in power. Yeah.
And you want to release your high-end program.
Once these two things are out, yeah. Once the opt-in is out and the first launch of the virtual training
Okay.
is out, yeah.
Launch and opt-in. Okay, so that would be I have launched my opt-in and in a way that felt spacious and easy and empowered. And as a result,
Mm-hmm. Hold on,
what,
this is great.
yeah, and then what was the result? So that's the other part of the intention. What effect did it have on the world? So with your release of your dream, what was the effect on the world? Did someone's life change? Did someone's perspective change? Did you receive abundance?
Mm.
Did they take a leap and invest in themselves? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
So it could be like a really long intention, right? So I've launched this program in a way that's felt extremely spacious and easy that resulted, and powerful, that resulted in me receiving new clients who felt more empowered because they took a leap in investing in me. Does that
yeah,
make sense?
yeah. So it's really both like the opt-in to help bring more people and connect to more people and
Connecting would be a benefit.
mm-hmm. So it's the opt-in and the program really because they're kind of going hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. And I love that part is like here's what we're doing, but what is like here's what it is. How do you feel as you're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
What was the effect? What was the
Yeah.
result?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I'm such I'm so intuitive, but I'm also like such a practical person that I love this. I like seeing the sequencing.
Yeah, and then the other thing too that reminds me, everyone, the feminine needs a container, a structure to flow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jacqueline, you are totally spiritual and feminine and empowered, and you still need that
Oh yeah.
to do your thing, right?
Oh yeah. This is perfect. I love that. And it's such a great way to do my own ritual each month or like if I want to start manifesting things to look at that like what do I want? How do I want to feel? What's the result?
Mm-hmm.
I
And
love
the benefit.
and the benefit.
I like the benefit better than the result. But.
Okay. And the benefit, right.
And just as much five senses that you can bring into this intention, again, to repeat myself, is the best.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing that. Does anyone else have something they want to share, to declare to the world, make it more powerful and real? Do it.
I will.
Yay! Good job.
Okay. So thank you. I totally started with this powerful intention that was very vague. So I as you've been talking, I have been definitely making it much more specific. So this feels really good. I wrote two, but there is one I want to share with you in particular. So my inbox is filled with emails on life updates from my 10 paying clients, and we are connecting through expanding our love.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So in that, I feel like, okay, so I have my 10 paying clients, and I really want to receive updates from my clients. So that's why it's really important that I have something in my inbox, and I want to hear about their life. So I want to hear about their life updates. And I really want to connect with them and together expand our love.
Beautiful. I love that. Do you feel like it's complete? Because it sounds really good to me.
Maybe if this were all happening in a treehouse, then it would.
Okay, so what do you see as you're looking at your emails?
Yeah, I want to be in my sacred space. I really want to have my own dedicated workspace. So I can definitely add that. It doesn't have to be a treehouse. It could be a yurt, too.
Either one. It's totally fine. I'll take it.
Okay.
So yeah, so bring in those five senses. What do you see around you? What do you hear? Maybe you're hearing music, or you're hearing a phone call of a client, or something to feel that love and connection.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for declaring that. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait till a month from now when all of you are saying this happened. I swear, once you utilize the new moon to set these intentions, you're going to start realizing that you're checking things off. Like now, my percentage rate, you know, if I make like 10 intentions during the new moon, I will accomplish more than likely 70 to 80% of those now. And then when I started, it was like 2%. So it's awesome that you guys are here and declaring this out loud. Okay, anyone else want to share or need support around the specific intention?
I would.
Okay.
Hi, Michelle. It's Marty. Hi. So I need some help because I'm in this place of wanting to launch my website. I've deferred the date several times, and I'm in this place of wanting to be in the flow and also wanting to have some structure.
Okay.
So my intention, I have launched my website, and it is inviting people to create a life of transformation.
So what do you desire from your website being live?
I see myself as having gifts to offer to people in a much wider way than just face-to-face and people that live in my town or my city. So I see the opportunity to shower the world with my gifts and to really have people all over the world connect with me, with each other, and have transformation in their lives.
Okay, what about something like I feel a deep connection to women, or whoever you serve, all over the world as they experience transformation through the launch of my website, which was, how do you want the launch to be?
When or how?
How? So the launch of your website would be, which was in flow and structured well. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Like I want it to be at a time when I'm energetically at ease, effortless, and not pushing through in my masculine energy just because I said it was going to be done on that date, and now I better get it done. Yeah.
Right.
So the ease, the flow, the effortlessness, the surrendering to paying attention to my energy so that I'm actually coming from a place of ease rather than getting it done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How did you like how I stated
I like how you said that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the, it's powerful to hear you say it as if it's already happened.
And it focuses on what you are experiencing, not the website, right?
Right.
The website is not what you desire, really.
Not really. See, that's been my block. I have this thing that, if I only had a website, then I would be actually professional.
Yeah. You know, the thing too, oops, I just hit my thing. The thing too, I was just thinking about this, is that sometimes we do think it's a material thing or something outside of us that we want. But if we really dig deep down, it is something deeper, but it's also another way to detach from something outside of ourselves. So if you want to experience deep connection and transformation, what if it didn't come through your website?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What if you reached women around the world not through your website? Mm-hmm. So that's why we get really clear on what the underlying thing is, so that when you go back and look at, oh, did I accomplish this or not, there might be a piece of like, oh, I did experience deep connection and transformation with someone around the world. but it wasn't through my website. So the how is not necessarily as important as what you really want.
Yeah.
That's what you intend.
Yeah. I think I've got this sort of big thing that I think I should do because it seems insurmountable. And you're right, it might be actually limiting me from experiencing what I'm already experiencing with women and what could be possible in other ways. Yeah.
And it's not bad to say things like, I want to create a website, I want to create an opt-in, I want clients, but just including, like you said, the deep transformation, the connection, how you're contributing to the world, how women are changing because as they come to you and find you and experience you. So see how all of you that shared, you're creating the flow in the world. So a true intention that will manifest is always pure. It is always a win-win and is never a win-lose. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, it kind of cuts through the external crap.
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy to do this morning because I've been feeling quite pressured about this self-imposed deadline, and it has not served me well.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm complete.
We say it just so everyone knows. We say that in circle when we're done speaking. I'm complete.
Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, last one. Anyone else want to declare their intention to the world?
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Ariel.
Hi, how are you?
So great. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too. I was just wondering if I could get some support on creating an intention.
Yes.
All the support you've been giving is helping me a lot, but I need just a little bit more personally. So I'm wanting to create my program, and I'm going to be starting a meetup with my doula, and I'm really wanting to call in like conscious mothers and help create the movement of moving to a new paradigm of like parenting consciously, like what we're feeding our children, all those things. So how can I create an intention for that to have it be powerful and be beneficial to everyone that's involved, and then also help to bring like financial abundance in that way? Yeah.
And just as you said that last part, I was thinking of something. I don't know the exact quote, but it's something like, you don't serve God being poor, or your higher self or whoever, right? So put money aside right now, because if you're intending to do this work and this service, the means will come.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the desire is for a meetup with your doula. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then to create a conscious mothers movement of like a new parent paradigm.
Yeah.
So it's an actual event that you desire to
start.
Okay. So I mentioned earlier that's one of my dreams as well, is to host a speaking event with a couple of speakers. So I would say this intention would just simply be, I have led a new parenting paradigm event, meetup, that started the connection with conscious mothers and made me feel fill in the blank, which in turn fill in the blank of the benefit of what it created, what this event created for you and everyone else. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So as it already happened in your full power as you want to host it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as the host, creating this new movement, it's not going to just appear out of nowhere, so maybe it will have to be, how does starting this new parent paradigm look at the event? Does that help?
Yeah, definitely. I'm writing everything down.
Also, I want to say too that to detach from the timeline, because we don't want to say like, oh, it didn't happen in this month or this 2 weeks. It didn't happen. Sometimes it does take a few months or a year to actually manifest. But when you look back on this intention, next month or so, see if you've moved toward it. See if something at all has manifested that moved you toward it in any way.
Okay.
So like...
Can I...
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You can complete your sentence.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask for one more support on an intention for, like, manifesting... Hold on. Where was it? Manifesting, like, real love with somebody. Or, like, just a more easeful, graceful relationship. Because my baby's father and I have been struggling with that for a long time. And we both have the desire to be together, but it's just been a very, very difficult road. So how can I create an intention around that?
What I know about calling in love, speaking from experience and being with my husband for 10 years and us changing and growing throughout that, I know that the only people that come together are the people that match each other's vibration. So if you find yourself in a bad relationship or non-relationship and you're just desiring that, there's some level that you have to rise up to a vibration within yourself to actually meet them. If you think about, I think of high school in this scenario, like a geek wouldn't necessarily go out with a really popular cheerleader, right? Because their energy vibration doesn't match. So that's an extreme example. So there's some sort of vibration that within yourself is desiring to up level. And so how can you grow yourself and become more compassionate with yourself or more loving with yourself so that you can feel and rise up into that vibration of joy and pure alignment within yourself? I would say that's a big piece of it. So an intention around that might be, I am experiencing abundance, love within myself and my partner through fill in the blank of how you would like to experience that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, we are closing the intention saying right now because we have to move on. But thank you so much, ladies, for sharing. I really appreciate your participation, and oh my God, I can't wait to hear all this manifestation in a month. Okay, so the next one, let me get my notes together. I was writing down notes for you. Oh, excuse me, I just dropped my computer. Sorry, guys. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go into a really quick meditation. So now you have your intention, and I want you to just read it one more time right now. And then once you read it, just put it aside and get in a space to sit or stand or lie down in a way that feels good. So read your intention one more time. And then when you're ready, just close your eyes and feel your body being supported, however that is. And this will just be a really quick meditation, just to drop in. So once you get comfy, just start breathing deeper, feeling your support, letting your belly rise as you inhale and contract when it exhales. And imagine your intention, the words of your intention, right in front of you. Visualize these words right in front of you. And actually put these words in a bubble in front of you. And imagine these words in this bubble are surrounded by a protective light barrier. And as you're breathing deeper and slower and intentionally, visualize this bubble of intention and light coming into your stomach, the middle of your stomach. And as you're breathing, let it penetrate your body and fill your stomach. And even you can put your hand on your stomach if that feels good. And with each deep inhale, imagine this bubble and this ball of light is growing. So with each inhale, you're expanding it within your body. And slow, deep breaths. And again, every inhale is expanding and filling your entire body, down to your feet, up to your upper body and your arms. Every inhale expands it further, filling every nook and cranny and crevice. And as this bubble fills with light in your whole being, continue breathing this through all the way up to your head and your toes, filling your whole body with this intentional light that is now embodied. Notice all the sensations that are occurring, and with no judgment, continue breathing this, feeling this encapsulation of light through your whole body, knowing that this intention has infiltrated your entire body, and now it is you, and it is ready to shine into the world and manifest so that you can see and experience it. And for one moment more, as you continue to deep breathing and experiencing this full body of light that is your intention embodied, soak up this feeling. Know you are capable, because this is your desire, it is your destiny. And one last deep breath. And open your eyes with new eyes of empowerment, knowing that you've got this. Did anyone want to share how that felt for them, or no? It's okay if you don't want to. Okay.
I'll share.
You're in like a noisy
I am
cafe.
in a noisy cafe, but I completely was in my bubble. No, it felt very expansive, and just being in that place, it allowed me to really visualize all of the pieces of the intention that I set, to just really become very clear and be able to tap into all of those senses that I'm wanting to feel and that will be present with this intention. So I think it just felt very expansive and very cool, and I was already in that moment during the meditation.
Beautiful. I love it. And I love how you're doing it in such a public place. That shows your capability, by the way, to dive in this way. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. Okay, so the next piece, the final end to this ritual, is your homework or your play work, or not play work. What is it? Home play. Because this can't feel like work for you, otherwise it won't manifest, right? So we want to make this as exciting as it can be, as joyful as it can be, and feel free to take that meditation with you as you go about your next couple weeks into the full moon. How much do you have to feel this intention for it to manifest? And how much are you willing to invest in with your time and your energy and other people to commit to manifesting this? So there are 5 pieces of homework or home play that I would like or recommend for you to do. The first one is remember what your intention is. So however you need to do that with the inspiration that works for you, make it happen on a daily basis, a weekly basis, whatever you need to actually remember that this is your intention. I can't tell you how many times I just set intentions and leave it in my journal, and then I'm like, why didn't I manifest that? So you have to actually remember the intention some way. So inspire yourself, whether that be Post-it notes, or maybe you can write out your intention and like frame it and put that on the wall, like make it really beautiful. Or having an app. I know there's an app called AIDA Reminder. You can have that pop up on your phone, or have an accountability partner, whatever that is. So the second piece is support. You cannot do anything without the support of someone else, and that is the point of the universe. That is us living here on earth, to be in communion with others, and that's how the abundance grows, and that's how the flow continues. So what kind of support could you invite and ask for from others to manifest this desire and this goal and this dream of yours? Who needs to be present for this to happen? For example, my intention of that speaking gig, I will need other people involved in this. So how can I ask for that support, or start the conversation with them, get people involved in my intention, my dream, right? So what kind of support will you need to ask for and intentionally start? Okay, and then the third thing is some sort of daily affirmations, right? So we don't manifest something when we ourselves are not full, right? So what I was mentioning to Ariel about coming up to the vibration of matching where you want to be. So the same with a human, a connection, a relationship, you have to match that. Same with any goal or desire. You have to rise up to that vibration. So what are you doing daily that pulls you and magnetizes you up to that vibration? And maybe you don't know what that is right now, so maybe getting clear on what vibration is your intention. So what can you do daily that can bring you closer to that, and energetically? So whether that's meditation, prayer, writing, speaking about it, anything. The fourth is utilizing the full moon for the continuation of this manifestation cycle. So as I mentioned earlier, the full moon cycle is when we celebrate what we have come to already, what we've done and accomplished in regards to the intention. And then during those next 2 weeks, we let go and release what is not serving us, or what needs to go in order for this manifestation to come into our life. So utilizing that in 2 weeks will help this manifest, and that is a part of the process in the flow, in the cycle. So there's not just more and more and more, receive, receive, receive. There has to be a willingness to go through the process and the cycle of letting go and then receiving. And the fifth thing and final thing is just taking a new approach, because we can't have what we don't have already by doing what we've already done or have always done, right? Mm-hmm. So we want to take new approaches in this manifestation. If it's a speaking gig, who do we need to talk to that we've never talked to? How can we put ourselves out there in a way we've never done? If it's financial, how can we contribute to the flow? How can we experience financial freedom in a way that honors someone else? How can we contribute that to someone else? Or how can we be in gratitude of that more? If it is the launch of something, it could be rewriting your content, or asking for someone to share your content, or something that you just never have done. or getting even support, again, like I said earlier. Just what is something that you haven't done in order to manifest this? And that is also part of allowing deeply, allowing this to come in a new way. So those are the things that I suggest that you continue to do, because your manifestation depends on your consistent participation. Okay? And so those, I wouldn't call that homework, I would actually call those best practices. So, will I do the full moon too? Maybe. Would you guys all come if I did a full moon ritual? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll do it then. I commit. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for playing with me today. I'm so excited for everything new moon and related, and I hope that this has helped you understand the moon and the power that we have as women and humans on this planet. We are co-creators and we are magical beings, and it's not all woo-woo. So does anyone have any last minute questions or anything they want to share about their experience?
I have a question, Michelle.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned us bringing the checkbook. What do we use the checkbook for? Can we use that as a part?
I forgot about that. I'm so sorry. We're not done. I got too excited. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome.
Last piece of this new moon. So you're going to take your checkbook, and if you don't have a checkbook, you can draw one. So the categories you need to draw a rectangle, you need pay to, the date, the dollars, the amount, and then the signature. If you need to draw it.
Do we light our sage or candle, or do we do that after?
Oh, you could have done that before. Anytime.
I'll do it after as like a.
I did that part. I didn't do the checkbook.
You're ahead of me, Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the secret sauce that really helped me, and it seems really silly, right? When I first heard it, I was like, that's stupid. But I did it, and I swear to God it worked, and I've done it ever since, and it's just getting more stronger and stronger. I think it also has something to do with your intention around it. But so what you're going to do is when you have your check, you are not going to fill in the date. The date will be left blank. And you're going to pay to the order of yourself. So write your name. And in the dollars part, that little rectangle where you put the amount in a numerical value, you're actually just going to write paid in full. Simply those words, so no numerical value. And you can again write that paid in full where you write out the number. And then you are not going to write anything for the for section. I don't know if some of you have a for, but you are going to sign it as the law of abundance. And that is all you are going to write on this check. So I think you can sign the back. I think that didn't make a difference for me. I've done it and I've not done it. I think the first time I did it that made me a lot of money, I didn't do it. So that's up to you. But as you take your check in your hand, just hold it. Feel your intention as you hold it. Know that you will have the meaning.
I'm sorry, Michelle, there's no date on the check?
No date.
Okay.
And no numerical value.
No numerical value.
Yeah, so just hold it when you have a chance and just feel your intention in this, knowing you have the means to fulfill what you are here to do and to experience what you desire. And this is full trust in the universe and the law of abundance to provide everything you need to fulfill this goal. So just put this check away, maybe in your journal, tucked in a book or something where you don't see it. You don't need to see this every day. Just so you kind of forget about it, and this is part of the trust, right? So you don't need to micromanage the universe. So you can tuck that away, and you can participate via the best practices that I mentioned. And now we are complete. Anything to say last minute, ladies?
So, sorry again, to pay the order of is to yourself, and then then it's paid in full. Paid in full or paid in full?
Paid, P-A-I-D.
Perfect. I have to redo it. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And it's really fun also to do a little ritual maybe in a month's time of honoring this check and how you have received what you needed. You know, just looking back, seeing that you've received what you needed. Because it's not about a number, right? It's not about receiving $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month. It's about receiving what you need and feeling abundant. So that's why we write paid in full. Okay. All right, ladies. Does anyone want to share anything?
This was very helpful, Michelle. Thank you. My biggest takeaway was your manifestation requires your participation. I love that.
Thank you. Yay.
Beautiful. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you so much, ladies. I love you all. I love to look at you all.
This is so magical.
Yay. And you are magical. Don't forget it.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but I'm just...
Thank you. I received that.
So Michelle, this is my goddess card today.
Oh,
so beautiful, abundantia. So it's just perfect.
Perfect.
So thank you so much, darling.
You're welcome. And by the way, yes, goddess cards are a great add-on to this if you are into that.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, ladies. All right, well, that is the end. We actually went an hour, so that's okay. People needed to flow that way. So thank you so much for being here and playing with me. So let's do the full moon in 2 weeks, okay?
Yes.
That's great.
Good.
So fun.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
And
Bye.
here's your capabilities in manifesting. Yay!
Yay!
Bye.
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 Yay.